I'm from Limpopo. I don't own means of production, but I was previously part of the ruling elite. Before I transformed into entrepreneurship, which still doesn't own means of production. I'm still part of the working poor. Mr. Mbeki, I think there are realities, if you travel the world, that you see that sometimes there's a conversation we do not have, that for some countries to prosper, you need a caring dictator. And the United Arab Emirates, it's one of them, where people think that the only country in the UAE is Dubai, but there are other 7 or so Emirates where you have got a caring dictator. We have seen how he has even treated his own family and kids and so forth. We've seen that with Traore. Nothing democratic there, but a caring dictator. I want to argue that Singapore was probably having a heavy-handed approach, which might have made the population to be active because they knew what's coming if they do not. And I've made a conclusion that I think one of the things that have been sold globally, probably by the West, is how unworkable is democracy. And I think one of the most delaying of progress in many parts of the world is democracy. And I like giving this example. When the ruler of the UAE died, within 7 days they went to meet as brothers, and they came back and said, we've agreed as brothers that this one is going to be the new ruler. God forbid, let Cyril Ramaphosa die tomorrow. One, there must be a campaign that costs us millions to replace that president with an interim president, and. I would not want to go into that process. So we might need to relook into the issue of democracy as a system and how it helps. And the question I want to ask is that were we really fair and honest, in light of what the gentleman here was saying, in trying to reconcile all the races you have mentioned in historical terms? Because the one thing you are not raising, which was possibly not your focus, is that 49% unemployment is probably 95% black. Not undermining all other races, but that is the reality. How do we reconcile those contradictions? Because it is those contradictions that are historic, that might be as a result of the untruth, rushed reconciliation we have. And I think if we take it that way, understanding that we must also start imagining the future without an ANC ruling government, because that's the reality. How do you see that as a safe passage as well? I'll leave it there. I think we'll have a discussion. Thanks.
No, I don't agree about the issue of the dictator. The people of South, we have been living, the National Party came into power in 1924. And before then, there was Louis Botha's party and there was Jan Smuts' party. Those were dictatorships. Most of the people of this country didn't have a vote. They were dictated to. The National Party was in power from 1924 to 1994. It was a dictatorship. What did we get from that dictatorship? We got Bantu education. We got a huge disease load over the great majority of the South African population. The answer is South Africans will never accept another dictatorship. Whatever promise it makes, they will never accept a dictatorship. They fought for the democracy that we have today, and they're going to keep it. Now, we have to use that democracy to bring about the changes that we want to come about. But we have to use democracy. Dictatorship is not a solution.